All right, we're here. We made it. Another Monday night. And we are live? Question mark? There we go. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dirt Track Untold YouTube and Facebook page. It's Monday Night Live. I'm your host, Jordon Cox. Welcome in. Come on in, everybody. We got a lot of racing to talk about. Well, we got a decent amount of racing to talk about from this past weekend and from this past week. Yeah, let me know you're here. Drop a comment, whether you're joining us from the YouTube channel or from the Facebook page. Yeah, like it, like the post, like it all. It all helps everyone. All helps everyone out. Helps us on this end get out there a little bit more. Lets everybody see my face a little bit more here tonight. I don't know if anyone wants that, but it would help me out. And drop a comment and let me know you're here. Let me know who I'm talking to tonight. And if there's anything you want to talk about specifically, fire away. Bring it in. Don, hey, how you doing? Brantley, it was your birthday, May 10th. Well, happy belated birthday to you, Brantley417, over on the YouTube channel. Steven, hi from Vera, Florida. Welcome in from Florida. Steven, hello. How we doing? How's it going? Ladies and gents, what's going on? How we doing this evening? All right. That down. Only I'm hearing that. That's good. Only I'm hearing the voices inside my head. Jim, hello. How we doing tonight? Yes, and hope everybody had it in. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. MAK. Happy belated Mother's Day. Hope everyone had a great Mother's Day yesterday and a great weekend. Hope everyone showered their mothers with all the love that they deserve for all the greatness that they have put into the world. So thank you for the reminder for putting that in there as well. Matt, how's it going? How you doing? Yes, I am competing with High Limit tonight. I was going to get into that. When I got into the results. Yes, so I am currently competing with High Limit. So if you're here, I appreciate it. I know there's racing that you could be watching. So, Tommy, man, brother, thanks for stopping in, man. Sending all the love to you, my man. We lost Ace Lane this past weekend. Sending you all the love, my man. All condolences to you and the family. I'm gonna get into that. I'm also gonna get into talking about your dad here in a little bit. But Tommy, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it, and we're thinking about you and the family. Thank you for coming in, man. We'll talk soon. Yeah. Of course, right on cue, I get a bug flying in my face. Come on now. Lost a great one. Lost a great one for sure. But I definitely want to share some. I want to share some stories, guys. If you have any, here I got him, little gnat. Share some stories if you knew Ace Lane. If you knew Ace Lane, drop a story. Drop something. Drop a comment. But we'll be talking about him. I got a couple stories I want to share later on. Talk about Ace. Jim saying post motorsports syndrome. There you go. Dave, hey, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Well, you know what? I'll just talk about it while everyone's here right at the beginning here. Like I talked about just a second ago when Tommy was nice enough to pop into the Facebook chat here. We lost Ace Lane this past weekend. And Ace was part of me getting my racing career started. He ran the go-kart program over at Flemington Speedway that would run on Sundays after the Saturday night races. That everyone would mostly go to on Saturday nights. Sundays was our time to shine in the go-kart division, as you can see over my left shoulder. You can see the go-kart right there. That's Ace part of that. Is that even? That's one of his pictures too. I totally forgot. That's one of his pictures as well. You can see the logo in the bottom corner there. So Ace was a big part of me getting my racing career started back in the late 90s, early 2000s there. I've got a panel from my first go-kart right up there behind Earnhardt there. That's one of the trophies I was lucky enough to win back when my dad and I would go racing on Sunday afternoons. So Ace has been a big part of my career, big part of my dad's, big part of just about everyone. Yeah, and here's my dad commenting. Yep, every picture I have has a name on it. Yep, that's it. So, big impact on our sport up here in the Northeast. In New Jersey. So, rest in peace, Ace. World of Outlaw Sprint Cars returns to Canada. Yes, David, I'm going to get into that. Thank you. I got some results to go over here, and we'll get into that a little bit. Johnny, what's my t-shirt size? I am a double XL, bud. Haven't gotten back into that XL. I'm still a 2X to be loose. That's right. We got the 6th. Dang, it's the 6th already. Dang. 6th annual Big Rooster Classic coming up. It's in June. Thank you, sir. That's what I always tell people. I don't know if Courtney would agree, but maybe she does. I don't know. June 8th. It's Phil Bob's birthday. That's right. It's on Phil Bob's birthday. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to do two things in one that day. Matt, I was able to get my son in turn 3 with me at New Egypt because he was taking pictures, and Ace gave him some pointers. Every week after my son wasn't with me, Ace always asked me, "How's your son? Is he still shooting? Where is he?" Yep. Yeah, man. He's a great one. That shows how much he cared. Thank you, Brantley. don't know if you mean just me or the entire. Hopefully, you watch all the vlogs as well. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, we gotta. He can golf just about as good as I can, so maybe I'll just have him tag in for a little bit. It won't be any. It won't be. It'd be an improvement, maybe. If anything, he can just come hang out in the clubhouse. All right, let's get into a little bit of results here, guys. Just keep comments flowing. I will check in here as we go along. You know the drill. Stop every few minutes, check in, see how everybody's doing. But let's go into yeah, so better than half field. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Where am I at here? All right. We'll start off with the national stuff. World of Outlaw Sprint Cars. They were over in our neck of the woods here. They started out at Lincoln Speedway out in Pennsylvania. I always want to say Pennsylvania just to sound funny. What's wrong with me? God. Get it together, man. Gettysburg Clash at Lincoln Speedway out in Abbotsville, Pennsylvania. Buddy Kofoid would take night one, getting the Gettysburg Clash victory on Wednesday. 35 lapper. So it was Buddy Kofoid, Chase Dietz, Anthony Macri, David Gravel, and Sheldon Hodenschild would round out the top five for the first night that the Outlaws were over here. The second night it was night one at Williams Grove, and night one was rained out. Hang on one second. Sorry. Let's see. Night one was rained out. But Anthony Macri would keep the Morgan Cup for Williams Grove Speedway. He would best the Outlaws and take the second and final night that the Outlaws were in town over at Williams Grove. Anthony Macri, David Gravel, Danny Dietrich, Donnie Schatz, and Justin Whitall? Forgive me. That would complete the World of Outlaws Sprint Cars this past weekend. Up next for them, they returned to Canada. World of Outlaws Sprint Cars returning to Canada for the first time in 8 years with 2 nights at Ontario's Oswego Speedway for the Federated Auto Parts Showdown at Oswego. Is it Oswego or Oswego? My Canadian friends, please help me. Then on Sunday, May 18th, they go over to Ontario's Cornwall Motor Speedway. That's a lot easier for me to say. Cornwall Speedway, Motor Speedway for the Part Source World of Outlaws Invasion. So they are going to be taking over Canada for a couple nights. So that's pretty cool. First time in 8 years. That's neat. I saw a picture of Stuart Friesen's car. I guess he's going to run the first couple nights. So Friesen's going to be getting into a sprint car. That's pretty neat. I don't know why I didn't put it in here. I should have. He's more than welcome. Johnny says, more than welcome. Little Bird told me Billy Pauch Sr. going to stop by. All right, well, maybe the pair of them will stop by together. Maybe we'll make that happen. The World of Outlaws late models sounds like Oswego. Okay. Thank you, David. The World of Outlaws late models were off. But they get back going this week. The World of Outlaws Real American Beer Late Model Series presented by Dirt Vision. It's a mouthful. They will kick off their Ohio and Pennsylvania swing at Raceway 7 with the Great Lake Showdown on Thursday, May 15th. So you got a couple days there. You can catch the World of Outlaws late models. You can catch the World of Outlaws sprint cars and late models on Dirt Vision. The Extreme Outlaw Midget Series, they were back in action this past Thursday. Well, they're supposed to be back in action this past Thursday, but the Thursday show canceled due to rain at the Creek County Speedway. So they moved on to Friday to the Extreme Outlaw Midget Showdown at Humboldt Speedway. And Jacob Denny would take home his second one. I believe this is his second career win. He would end up sweeping the weekend of Friday and Saturday shows for the Extreme Outlaw Midget Series. The first being at Humboldt Speedway and the second at 81 Speedway out in Kansas. Both speedways in Kansas. So Jacob Denny would sweep the weekend in Kansas. Night one on Friday at Humboldt, it was Jacob Denny, Gavin Miller, Chase McDermott, Cameron Key, and Cannon McIntosh. And Saturday night over at 81 Speedway, Jacob Denny, Gavin Miller, Cannon McIntosh, Chase McDermott, and Michael Facinto. The next up for the Extreme Outlaw Midget Series, they will be returning in Oklahoma and Kansas, with the series making their debut. Oh no, sorry, my bad. Whoopsies. That's that's last week. That was last week. They've already done that. They will be running May 23rd with the midget roundup on May 24th. Sorry, the 24th and the 25th out of Garden City, Kansas at Airport Raceway. That's right there, Airport Raceway on the 24th and 25th. So you can catch them there. I believe they're also on Dirt Vision. It's Outlaws, so they will be on Dirt Vision. The Lucas Oil late models will be up next here. Yeah, thanks for calling me out, Jim. Yeah, I got some of them. I didn't get into. I didn't have enough. I didn't leave myself enough time. I was kind of doing them as I was doing the results, and I ended up just missing a couple. So please forgive me, because I think there's some tracks that I didn't take out as well that were that I left out. Keep me honest, Jim. I definitely missed a couple. The Lucas Oil late models were in action Friday and Saturday. The Farmer City 74 at Farmer City Raceway. Ricky Thornton would pick up the win over at Farmer City Raceway. It was his second straight Farmer City 74. Look at him. 25 grand. Ricky Thornton, Brandon Shepard, Hudson O'Neill, Brian Shirley, and Devin Moran are your top five. Then they would head on over to Fairbury Speedway. And that would be Davenport's time to shine as he held off Brandon Shepard. So you had Jonathan Davenport picking up the win at Fairbury, the spring shootout. Jonathan Davenport, Brandon Shepard, Bobby Pierce, Tyler Bruning, and Shannon Babb. Oh, Babb. Let's see here. Close one. Good racing. A lot of late, but I've been watching a lot of late model racing. Boys been on a good show with between the Flow Racing night in America, which I'm going to get into here in a second, and the Lucas Oil guys. Whew. Man, these guys, they know how to put on a good show. Just saying. Next up for the Lucas Oil late models, they return to America's home track, in quotes. Apparently, Eagle Raceway is America's home track for night one of the High Bank Heist. 10,000 up for grabs Thursday, May 15th at Eagle Raceway. And then, like I was just talking about, the Flow Racing Night in America held three of the first three events. They were won by Bobby Pierce over at the revitalized LaSalle Speedway. It was Bobby Pierce, Ricky Thornton, Nick Hoffman, Brandon Shepard, Jonathan Davenport. So these guys were racing all week. That was on Tuesday night. Wednesday, the 7th, it was Davenport over at... Jonathan Davenport would win over at Spoon River Speedway for another $20,000. So Davenport, Hudson O'Neill, Bobby Pierce, Brian Shirley, and Dennis Erb. Then Thursday night, they would be at the Lincoln Speedway in Illinois. To another 20 grand going to Devin Moran. Then it was Ricky Thornton, Brian Shirley, Ryan Gustin, and Bobby Pierce. These guys, like I said, racing just all week. All week. From Tuesday to Saturday. So you had Bobby Pierce, Jonathan Davenport, and Devin Moran picking up the first 3 of the Flow Racing Night in America. So 20 grand apiece. Dang, man. Their next one up will be tomorrow night, so you can catch them on Flow Racing over at Marshalltown Speedway in Iowa. So you can check that out tomorrow night. Excusez-moi. Wally, thanks for joining in. Appreciate it. Jim will let it go this one. Austin, hi, how you doing? Yeah, Shepard's on a roll too. A lot of good racing between the late model guys. All right, we got the High Limit Series up next. High Limit, they were supposed to make their debut at 81 Speedway on Wednesday. That rained out. So they moved it on to Friday and Saturday. Friday, they were over at Lakeside Speedway, where Rico Abreu would pick up the win. Rico, Tyler Courtney, Justin Peck, Spencer Basin, and Scott Bogucki. Butchering that. Saturday night, the 10th, they would be over Tri-City Speedway in Illinois. That win goes to Corey Day in the 30-lap feature on Saturday night. Corey Day over Brad Sweet, Justin Peck, Tyler Courtney, and Brett Marks. Then the Kubota High Limit Series, they begin a busy week with the Driven to Save Lives Monday Mayhem at Indiana's Kokomo Speedway tonight, as we were talking about before. They're live right now over on Flow Racing. And then they hit the Roto-Rooter Midweek Series event at Ohio's Fremont Speedway on Wednesday, May 14th, followed by a pair of New York races at Ransomville Speedway on Friday, May 16th, and Utica Rome Saturday, May 17th. So the High Limit Series will be making its way up to New York, to Ransomville and Utica. So for our New Yorkers that are hanging out with us tonight, go check out the High Limit Series Friday and Saturday. If you're in the Ransomville Speedway area or the Utica Rome Speedway area, you got 2 choices. So you can go check out the boys in the High Limit Series. I don't know why I put that up. I can barely read it. Let's see here. That's a Silver Crown. Sorry. The USAC midgets are off until this upcoming week. They run Friday. They're part of the Belleville short track racing that they got going on over there in Belleville, Kansas, at the quarter-mile dirt track. So you can catch the dirt track, the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship Series. Friday night, the 16th. And you can also catch the Silver Crown Series at the same time. Same track. They'll be racing Friday and Saturday at the Belleville High Banks in Kansas. We had the National the wingless national sprints at Bloomington on the 9th and the 10th, so Friday and Saturday, with Kyle Cummins picking up the win the first night, Friday night, at Bloomington Speedway. It was Kyle Cummins over Robert Ballou, Logan Seavey, Cale Drake, and Jane Rogers. Cummins would sweep the weekend, Friday and Saturday, picking up the win Saturday. It was Kyle Cummins over Kevin Thomas Jr., Mitchell Moles, Jaden Rogers, and Justin Grant. The second night, Tri-State Speedway with the Indiana Spring Showdown weekend sweep for Kyle Cummins. There he is in victory lane. Happy family there. Pretty nice. And then for, I guess, national, the end of my national spiel here. Super Dirt Car Series was supposed to be racing tomorrow night. I had everything made up for that. And now the Super Dirt Car Series, did I say Short Track Super Series? I'm an idiot. Super Dirt Car Series was going to Georgetown Speedway. I did not read if they are going to be trying to make up this race. But Super Dirt Car Series, they canceled for tomorrow night over at Georgetown for the Delaware Diamond 75. I did not read if there is any makeup date. Somebody, if they want to help me out there, I don't think there was. But so there you go. Matt, wonder how many posse cars will go to New York. I feel like there's going to be it's got to be some, right? Some guys will make that trip. Dave, over on YouTube, I caught the free New Egypt Speedway live feed on Saturday. I know the modified race was a good one, man. You got that right. I could not agree more. Great racing Saturday night over at New Egypt. And, hey, we all got to watch it for free, right? So appreciate New Egypt, what they do over there. We'll get into the results as well. Good battle between Billy and Ryan Cratchit and Danny Buck. Michael, come on now. Matt, they're trying to figure out it. Yeah, I figured they're in the they're just going through the process of trying to figure all that out. But thank you. I know, it's almost like I just saw you a few hours ago. All right, look into our Northeast area local stuff here. Let's get into that. Some of which we already went over because it was national stuff. But Williams Grove Friday night unfortunately rained out, but Saturday Anthony Macri was able to keep the Outlaws at bay and hold it down for the locals, for the PA posse. So Anthony Macri picking up the win over at Williams Grove, along with, let's see here, Lincoln Speedway went to Buddy Kofoid. We already talked about that at the top there with the World of Outlaws Sprint Cars being at Lincoln on Wednesday. And there was no other racing for them this weekend. Port Royal, unfortunately, rained out. So there's no sprint cars there. Over at BAPS, they had the East Coast Wingless USAC Series racing. That went to Kenny Miller III. Accord Friday night ended up raining out as we get into the modified stuff here. So Accord rained out. Land of Legends Raceway in Canandaigua, they were on. Matt Williamson would pick up the win in a shortened feature. Everyone agreeing to stop after lap 27. Gil Teg, forgive me if I said the last name wrong. Gil Teg ended up going for, looked like a wild ride from what I saw from the pictures. So they decided to stop the feature there and declare it at lap 27. The update, as far as I saw on social media from the driver himself, he said looks like he's still getting checked out. Looked like, what was it, C1 and C2 vertebrae, if I'm saying that right. Sorry, I only saw it a little while ago. I didn't write it down here. But he was updating people online. So, but that race at Land of Legends was cut short. So good on those guys for realizing the situation was it was needed to, it was a good decision just to end those kind of races when things like that happen. So get well soon to Gil. Hopefully get a more positive update soon over here. Airborne was on Thursday. We had Airborne Speedway with Justin Stone picking up the win over our boy Mike Mahaney. Felix Waugh was third. Your top three for the 358s at Airborne Park Speedway. So congrats to Justin. Mike coming up just short there in second, but still getting some solid finishes. So good for them. Good for Team 35. See if that crew chief guy gets that magic set up. They are darn close. Put a Wawa chicken sandwich on the hood. All right. You got it, Jim. Let's see here. Albany, Saratoga, unfortunately rained out. Utica, Rome, another rain out as well. They did get race. Big Diamond was rained out. Fulton Speedway, they got some racing in over there. It was Tim Sears Jr. picking up the win over Fulton. So congrats to Tim on the dirt car modified feature win over at Fulton. I already said Big Diamond rained out, unfortunately. They had a big crate race they were planning, so it stinks for the crate boys. I think they're rescheduling that for the following week. What'd you say, Michael? What do we got? Cars together, about done, body is on, just got to finish hanging the doors and quarters. Or you're putting the new ones on because it's a show car now, right? What I saw. Grandview Speedway finally got some racing in. They had twin 25s. Brett Cressley would pick up the win in the first 25-lap feature over at Grandview Speedway over Eddie Strada. And then the second of the twin 25 feature events over at Grandview will go to Chris Esposito, his first modified win since 2008. So congrats to Chris. Getting the best of Tim Buckwalter and holding him off. So you had Brett Cressley over Eddie Strada, Chris Esposito over Tim Buckwalter for the Grandview guys. Bridgeport had some racing going on last night with the crates and the sprint cars. The crate winner. How did I not get that in here? Unreal. Let's see. Yes, you had Kevin Nagy getting the win in the Mid-Atlantic Sprint Series, the mass sprint cars, the 305s. Billy Chester was the sportsman winner. Bridgeport. Brian Spencer won the wingless sprints. And let's see here. That's all I got for right now. Sorry, I had to go to my extra page there for a second. For the Bridgeport results, New Egypt Speedway. Danny Buck would pick up the modified feature win over at New Egypt Speedway in a thriller with Billy Pauch Jr. and Ryan Krachin. Good racing amongst the top three there. Some would say there was a little contact made between Daniel and Ryan, but hard racing. From what I can tell from everyone else that's talked about it. Didn't get a chance to talk to Ryan or Danny, but hey, hard racing for the win. Billy was putting on a show on the top. Nowhere else to go. but Billy would end up second. So it was Danny Buck, Billy Pauch Jr. finishing second, Ryan Creech and Ryan Godown, and Dominic Buffalino rounding out the top 5. But yeah, great show. Top 3 put on the thriller. Jen and Butch, good evening. Man, I wonder where you're staying. Oh, Stengel was at Grandview. I didn't see him in the results. Must have had a rough night. Grandview's tough. Stan was close to getting one in the wingless sprints. I saw he finished second. Yeah, Billy Chester was the Bridgeport Creek winner. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Fine Art. So congrats to Danny on the win at New Egypt. All right. Let's see what we got here. The upcoming schedule for the Dirt Track Untold racers was supposed to be tomorrow at Georgetown, but that's off the. You were going to be able to see both of them at Georgetown tomorrow, but that's not happening now. Wednesday at Action Track, you're going to have Billy Jr. and BP3. Thursday at Airborne, you have Mike Mahaney as usual at Airborne Park Speedway. Thursday. Friday at Albany Saratoga with Mike as well. And Saturday back at Bridgeport will be Billy Pauch Jr. As far as I know, all of those Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday with Action Track, Airborne, Albany, and Bridgeport. You can catch those on Dirt Track Digest TV if you cannot be at the racetrack. So if you can't get to the racetrack, check them out over there. Dirt Track Confessions podcast will drop tomorrow at 5 p.m. You can catch that on all the podcast platforms. If you haven't already, check out the vlog video from Saturday night from the race at New Egypt that we were just talking about with behind-the-scenes action from Billy and the guys. So you can catch that. That's live now as well. Let's see here. A lot of order with some things here. If you want to get some more exclusive access with the Dirt Track Untold team, you can join Club DTU over on Patreon. The link is in the description. Club members get first dibs and early access to new merch and the content that's released, including the Dirt Track Confessions podcast that I just talked about. So you can check it out, Patreon/Dirt Track Untold. The link is in the description. Coming up in July, we've got July 20th, we got the Pauch Racing Open House. So come check that out. More information I'm sure will be coming out as the weeks get a little bit closer to, as we get into later this month and into June and July. Some more information will be coming out to that. You can come out, check out all the race cars, hang out with all the drivers, and the entire Dirt Track Untold team. So Pauch Racing Open House, July 20th. Mark your calendars. New merch is available. You got Billy's merch over on the Bob Hilbert website. Mike's merch, like the shirt I am wearing tonight, is a Mike Mahaney shirt. Got some nice art on the back. Let's see. You can catch Mike's on his website, MikeMahaney.com, and the Dirt Track Untold merch is on DirtTrackUntold.com. There you go. Billy's going to Big Diamond Friday. That wasn't on the schedule. I've been duped. Yeah, I know. Racing doesn't look great this week. Mother Nature might be taking another week from us. This is why doesn't anybody tell me these things? It's not on the schedule. Why doesn't anybody tell me? Well, you heard it from Billy Pauch Jr.'s crew chief in the YouTube chat. Phil Cox is telling me that Billy's going to be a Big Diamond on Friday. Everyone keeps me out of the loop. I'm the guy that needs to be in the loop. Everyone keeps me out. I'm just saying. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I went by the schedule I was given a while. I guess this is not a last minute thing. Did I miss it on the hang on a second. No, I need to look at something. No, don't try to stop me. Nobody try to stop me. I'll make myself look like a fool here in a second. Don't worry. Dang it, he did put it on the thing this morning. God dang it. He did it on the Facebook thing. He did it on the thing. Here I was thinking I was ahead of the game. I'm way behind it. As usual. Idiot. Come on now. Well, there you go. Big Diamond on Friday for Billy Pauch Jr. as well. So you can check them out. Big Diamond is on Dirt Track Digest TV as well. That I do know. So there you go. You're caught up with all the drivers and what they're doing, and some reminders of what we got going on as well from the Dirt Track Untold standpoint. You got your results. Let's see here. Ken Harrington, how you doing? Bedford, New Hampshire? Dang, all right. Matt, was really good having Billy Jr. and NES the last 2 weeks. Keep that energy up. That's what we like to hear. Yeah, we want Billy at New Egypt. We want Billy at New Egypt. Scream it from the rooftops. Scream it from the rooftops. Everybody wants him at New Egypt, right? Hey, that's up to them. Whatever they want to do. Whatever the team wants to do. Don, thank you for your time. Thanks for coming in and stopping in and saying, hey, saying thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see here. Yeah, you never know. Listen, everybody, we all gotta stay in his ear. Like, hey, maybe come to New Egypt. Maybe come to New Egypt, buddy. Come on back to New Egypt. You never know. You never know what Billy will do. I know a lot of people want to see him back over there doing a full-time gig, so he's a popular guy, so maybe yeah, you're right, maybe next year. You just never know. He runs well at New Egypt. It's because they keep raining out. Well, he got the opportunity to run there more. I made sure his safety sticker was straight and wrinkle free. Perfect. That's what we need. Yeah, Dad, it's not looking good for this weekend for Bridgeport. Alrighty. All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate everybody that stopped by tonight and hung out and talk some racing here. But I think that's going to be it for us tonight. We'll call it here. Again, appreciate y'all coming and hanging out. Yeah. Keep an eye out for next week, for next Monday. Mark your calendars. We'll be back here live again, 7:30 every Monday night. Talk some racing. Hopefully we have some racing to talk about for this week upcoming. At least we'll have some national stuff to talk about. Maybe some late models and sprint cars going on. Maybe the weather will be a little bit better up north, so maybe we'll get the sprint car races in up in Canada and New York. We'll see. We'll see how the weekend plays out. Fingers crossed, right? Fingers crossed that we get some racing in up here in the Northeast area when it comes to the modifieds. So yeah, but check back here next Monday and come hang out. We'll BS a little bit, but until then, make sure you go out and support your local racetrack, wherever that may be. And hopefully I'll see you guys at the races soon. Thanks again for watching tonight, and I'll see you guys next week. Enjoy the rest of your night. Bye.